The point of this video is to let people know that I feel like everybody has a false perception of discipline. Not that they entirely have a false perception of it, but that they just don't have the full perception on it. Basically just a half truth. Because some people think that discipline is just doing something that you hate like you love. That can be the case. That just goes to show that you have strength to keep on pushing. Therefore, you have that character that's disciplined. But real discipline is when you hold yourself accountable for things that you don't do. That is real discipline. So say, for example, you tell yourself you're going to go to the gym, but you don't go to the gym. And because of that, you give yourself a consequence. You're like, all right, because I didn't go to the gym and I was supposed to do chest, now I'm going to do 200 push-ups at home. Or next time I go to the gym, I'm going to do 2 more sets with more weight than I normally do to push myself. That's holding yourself accountable. Reason why I'm bringing this up is because I thought about that statement and realized that when we were kids, our parents would always discipline us. They're not always making us do something that we don't like and then we have to act like we love it. No, by that I mean they're always holding us accountable for our actions. If we're doing something wrong or if we're doing something that we're not supposed to be doing, they're gonna hold us accountable for it. For example, you're a kid, your parents say you can have 1 cookie, but then out of nowhere you get another cookie without them knowing and they find out. They're gonna hold you accountable and then they're gonna discipline you. By doing that, it builds your character and you're like, okay, nah, I can't do that again. I can't be sneaking behind Mom Duke's back or Pops to just sneak in another cookie, because then I'm gonna get disciplined and I'm gonna have to act right. So with that being said, every time you do something wrong or you don't go up with your word, you are going to have to hold yourself accountable. And you're gonna have to drop your ego and be self-aware to take it in and be like, okay, this is what I have to do. I have to do better. And just by doing that, you will grow exponentially. You will be better than at least 85% of the people here. Because not a lot of people can take constructive criticism, not even from themselves. They live in their own fantasy and in their own mind. And then because of that, they're obviously far away from reality. So in their mind, they think everything is sunshine and rainbows and that everything is good for them, but they're not doing anything. So then the reality is just that they're just rotting and they have a bigger purpose than to just rot, but they're stuck in their fantasy to realize that. Drop the ego, hold yourself accountable, be open to any type of criticism, even to yourself, and you will achieve that discipline, that true discipline. Doing what you don't like you love it is part of it, but holding yourself accountable is the cherry on top. With that being said, it was just a quick little talk that I wanted to give to you guys because it just stuck with me for so long. It stuck with me for so long. I couldn't even discipline that, but like, how can you actually achieve the discipline? And by achieving it is realizing that you don't have it. So you got to hold yourself accountable to it to then achieve it. If you have too much ego and you want to stay stuck, you're not growing. You're not disciplined. You're going to take every criticism like it's some type of bad omen. And then boom, when you realize it was actually something good for you. Like, have you ever had that moment where you wanted something to happen, but because it didn't happen, you thought the world was going to end? But then a day later, a few days later, a week later, you realize that that one bad thing that happened was actually the best thing that could ever happen to you? So keep that in mind, man. I love y'all. Thank y'all once again for watching. And if y'all got any more questions or topics that you want me to speak about, feel free to comment down below and I'll make sure to touch up on every single one of them. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.